Hi guys, so in today's video I will be showing y'all how I highlight, contour, and bake. So I like to begin by concealing under the eyes, and I will be taking this L'Oreal concealer and just applying it all under the eyes in a triangular shape. Once I am done applying this under the eyes, I will then apply it on the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow, and just a tad bit on my chin. After I'm done with my chin, I will go in between my eyebrows and just a tad bit on my forehead since I do have a bigger forehead. For anybody who has a smaller forehead, you should highlight more instead of contour, which is the opposite of what I will be doing. Once I am done highlighting, I will then go in with my damp beauty blender and make sure to blend everything out correctly. Here I will just take my finger and make sure to smooth out the concealer directly under my eyes since I feel like the beauty blender doesn't really get that. Once I am done blending all of my highlight, I will then go in and contour my nose with my concealer stick. I like to tilt my nose into which I see this shadow down the bridge of my nose, and that's where I like to apply my concealer. The point of contouring your nose is just to make it look a bit thinner depending on how you contour. The reason I like to contour is so it can appear thinner, but then again I do not want my nose to appear too long. So at the end of my nose, I also like to apply the concealer and just a tad bit above the end of my nose so it can give the appearance, the illusion of more of a button nose. Once I am done with my nose, I take a darker foundation and contour the rest of my face. To apply my contour, I like to use this Real Techniques brush, and if you are not sure where to apply your contour, you can do the duck face, and I like to apply just a tad bit above the hollows of my cheeks so when blending we don't bring the contour down too much, because then that would defeat the whole purpose of contouring. After my cheeks, I take a tad bit and just apply it under my bottom lip just to give the illusion of my lips being a little bit fuller, and then I like to go into my forehead and apply not all over the forehead but on most of it since I do have a bigger forehead. Again, if you have a smaller forehead, you would like to contour a little bit less and highlight a tad bit more. As you see, I also like to take it along the jawline just so we can define our jaw a tad bit more. I then like to take the beauty blender that I use to apply my foundation and just blend out all of my contour on my nose. I then go back in with my Real Techniques brush and blend out all of our contour on the rest of the face. Make sure to blend the hollows of your cheeks upward and not downward, because then again that defeats the whole purpose of contouring. After I am done blending with my brush, I like to go in with the same beauty blender I use for my foundation and my nose just to make sure that all of my highlight and contour are blended out smoothly and flawlessly. I will now go in and set all of the places in which I highlighted using this Airspun Loose Face Powder. Applying this powder will just make sure that our highlight doesn't move or go anywhere. It stays all in place, and it also will decrease the chance of our under eyes creasing. It is now time for baking, and I will go in using my contour kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Using this wedge sponge, I will take in the two highlighting shades and apply it under my eyes. This baking step is of course optional. You could have stopped right before this and just set your face if you wanted more of a subtle highlight and contour. But I am showing y'all the way I do this, and I usually bake and go in with all of the steps. All I am doing is applying these shades to wherever we highlighted, just because it will brighten it up even more. I then like to do a little bit of reverse contouring and apply our highlighting shade under the hollows of our cheeks. This step is also optional. All it will do is help emphasize our contour on the hollows of our cheeks. After applying our powders, I like to let it bake for about 5 to 10 minutes. To dust the excess powder off of our face, I will be taking this tapered brush by e.l.f.
Julie, you doing a video? Can I go in?
Can you get out of my face?
No. Julie.
After I am done setting my highlight, I will then go in and set my contour using the same Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I will be taking the shade in the middle, the one with more of a grayish tone, and just setting everywhere I contoured except on my forehead. Next, to bronze up the face, I will take this Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which is a shade or two darker than my skin tone, and just apply it everywhere in which I contoured. I will now go in with this fluffy thing. I honestly don't even know what it's called, but I will just set my whole face with any powder foundation. This really just sets in everything and also tones down anything that was too harsh. Now that our face looks so flat, I will take this blush by MAC and apply it to the apples of my cheeks using the same fluffy brush I used to bronze up my face. Now, taking the fan brush, I will then apply Global Glow by MAC. This is just a highlighter, and apply it to the highest points of my cheeks. I like to spray it with my setting spray just to get it to be a little bit more pigmented. You can also use any Fix Plus that you might have. taking any highlighter that is then left on the fan brush, I would just take that and dust it off on my bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow. Once I've gone in and applied lipstick and pulled down my hair, I am then finished and I'm ready to set my face. I will be using this NYX setting spray and just applying it all over my face. This is now the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and took any tips of mine or learned anything along the way. Please be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.